There's something quietly extraordinary about those in their late 60s to 80s who still do this one thing. Doctors have noticed it. Researchers have studied it. Families whisper about it in awe. Because after 65, time doesn't just pass, it deepens. Every year, every moment becomes a little more sacred, a little more fragile. And yet, some people, they still move like the world hasn't aged them. Still carry themselves with strength, balance, and purpose. If you, or someone you love, can still do this, you might be part of a rare group. A small number of seniors whose bodies defy time's natural slowing. And this simple ability? It isn't just about movement, it's a mirror of your brain, your heart, your resilience. A quiet signal that you may still have decades left in you, even if others your age are fading. This isn't a feel-good message. It's a science-backed truth. And the sooner you understand what it means and how to protect ITM, the better your chances are of staying independent, respected, and fully alive into your 90s and even beyond. So before we go deeper, if you're someone who values elderly wisdom, who seeks real answers, not MYTHSM, for living longer and living well, then please take a second to like this video and subscribe. It helps us reach more seniors who need the truth, not fear. And it keeps this community of elderly reflections, strength, and shared life lessons from the elderly growing stronger. Now let's get into it. His name is Arthur. He's 78. Lives alone. Still drives himself to the park every morning. Walks without help. Doesn't need reminders to take medication. Doesn't forget names. Doesn't ask the same question twice. But here's what's most surprising. He still rises from a chair without using his hands. It sounds small. But this simple movement, getting up unassisted from a seated position, is one of the most powerful indicators of longevity in older adults. In fact, researchers from Brazil tracked over 2,000 people aged 51 to 80, testing how well they could sit down and stand up without support. What they found was shocking. Those who struggled or needed their hands had up to 7 times higher risk of early death, compared to those who could do it with ease. Yes. 7 times. Why? Because this one motion reflects so many things: core strength, muscle coordination, joint stability, brain-body connection, cardiovascular efficiency. It's like a whole health report in a single movement. Arthur, unknowingly, had been testing his own longevity every morning. And the test said, "You're still going strong." But let's not sugarcoat things. Not everyone his age is doing this. Across the world, millions of seniors find themselves needing help to rise, to walk, to balance. It doesn't happen overnight. It begins with something we often ignore. A little hesitation before standing. A quiet wince. A pause to grab the armrest. We call it normal aging. But it's not. It's a signal. And ignoring it might be the very thing that shortens your life. The science behind the strength. So why does being able to stand up without using your hands matter so much? Because it involves nearly every essential system in your body. Muscles. Your quadriceps, glutes, and core have to engage in perfect harmony. Joints. Your hips, knees, and ankles need mobility, flexibility, and strength. Nervous system. The brain must coordinate timing, balance, and muscle firing. Heart and circulation. Blood pressure must adjust quickly to position changes, preventing dizziness and falls. Cognitive function. Reaction speed and mental processing are involved more than we think. That's why in Japan, in South Korea, in parts of Europe, this sit-to-stand ability is now a standard test in senior health assessments. It's so effective at predicting future mobility, falls, and even early signs of cognitive decline, that geriatric specialists have begun urging families to watch for it. The moment a parent or grandparent starts pushing off from their knees, or leaning on a table to rise, it's not just a sign of aging. It's a sign of loss, of strength, of confidence, of independence. Linda's quiet wake-up call. Linda, 72, had always considered herself in decent shape. She still gardened, did light housework, and walked around her block every day. But one day at a friend's house, she sat on a low couch. When it came time to stand, she realized she needed both hands and a gentle push from her friend's arm. She laughed it off. But later that night, something gnawed at her. She remembered her mother. Once fiercely independent, starting to struggle in the same way. Within 2 years, her mother was using a walker. Then a wheelchair. Then came the nursing home. That night, Linda got down on her yoga mat and tried to rise, without help. She couldn't. That was her wake-up call. This is not just about movement, let's be clear. Losing the ability to stand without help isn't just inconvenient, it's dangerous. Falls are the #1 cause of injury-related deaths in seniors over 65. Loss of independence often begins not with memory loss, but with mobility loss. Confidence declines, leading to isolation and emotional deterioration. And the most devastating? The body follows the brain. When we feel weaker, we become weaker. That's why the real danger is not physical. It's emotional decline. The moment a person begins to doubt their ability to move freely, a silent grief begins. A grief that affects motivation, mental health, even will to live. What can you do? If you're between 65-80 and can still get up from a low chair without using your hands, you are a rare gem. Truly. You're not average. You're exceptional. And you must protect it. Here's how. First, daily sit-to-stand practice. Use a sturdy chair. Try standing without using your hands 10 times a day. Slowly increase. Don't push through pain. This maintains leg strength and neuromuscular control. Second, balance training. Simple exercises like standing on one leg, use a wall for safety, or walking heel-to-toe in a straight line. Improve coordination and prevent falls. Third, joint care. Stretch your hips and ankles daily. Keep those joints mobile. Gentle yoga or tai chi are excellent. Fourth, mind-muscle connection. Practice moving with intention. Focus when you stand. Don't just push off, engage your core. Feel your legs doing the work. Fifth, avoid prolonged sitting. Set a timer every hour. Stand up. Stretch. Take a few steps. Movement is medicine, especially after 60. Sixth, fuel your muscles. Eat protein with every meal. Seniors often underestimate how much they need. Include fish, eggs, legumes, nuts. Don't skip meals. A final thought from the elders. An 83-year-old man once told me something I'll never forget. I don't fear death as much as I fear becoming invisible, useless. His words hit deep. Because staying independent, being able to rise, move, walk on your own, that's not just about longevity. It's about dignity. It's about staying part of the world, not just watching it pass by. If you can still stand tall after 70, stand with pride. You've earned it. Because in the world of elderly reflections and wisdom, those who move freely move toward life, not away from it. Let's revisit Arthur, the 78-year-old man who still rises from a chair without needing his hands. People like him are rare, but they're not a mystery. What they do daily matters. Their habits, sometimes unnoticed, often uncelebrated, are the very clues that scientists and longevity experts are now spotlighting. One of those clues? Walking speed. Yes, something as simple as how fast you walk after 65 may quietly predict how many years you still have ahead. The pace of life, literally. When researchers at the University of Pittsburgh tracked over 34,000 older adults, they discovered a powerful link between walking speed and life expectancy. Seniors who walked faster, even just slightly, were significantly more likely to live longer. In fact, for every 0.1 meter per second increase in gait speed, the chance of survival over the next decade rose dramatically. What does that mean in real life? Take two people, both 75, both with no major illness. One walks at a steady pace, arms swinging gently, posture upright. The other walks slowly, shuffling, slightly hunched, needing occasional rest. The first is statistically more likely to live well into their 80s or 90s. The second, unfortunately, may be showing signs of silent decline. This isn't a scare tactic. It's a wake-up call grounded in real data. And it comes with a powerful truth. You can change your pace. You can change your future. Why walking speed reveals so much? Walking isn't just about the legs. It's a coordinated dance between your muscles, legs, hips, core, even arms. Brain, movement planning, balance, timing. Heart and lungs, delivering oxygen, managing effort. Senses, eyes, ears, feet all working together to navigate space. So when your walking slows down, it might be due to more than just old age. It could signal early neurological issues, such as Parkinson's or dementia, cardiovascular strain, muscle deconditioning from too much sitting, a loss of confidence after previous stumbles or falls. That's why elderly wisdom often says that watch how a person walks. Their body tells a story their words can't. The hidden cost of slowing down. Let's talk about Jane. She's 76. Used to walk her dog every morning, rain or shine. Then one winter, she slipped on wet leaves and fell. Nothing was broken, but the fear lingered. She began walking less, avoided her usual path, then stopped walking altogether. In just 3 months, her legs felt weaker. She started needing help with stairs. Her daughter noticed her posture changing. She no longer moved with ease, she moved with caution. And that caution turned into stillness. Within a year, Jane was using a walker. Here's what's heartbreaking. It wasn't her body that gave up first. It was her confidence. This is why slow walking isn't just about health, it's about identity. The ability to move freely is tied deeply to our independence, our self-worth, and how others see us. And when the pace goes, all too often, so does the will to participate. Can you still walk with purpose? Try this, go for a walk today, just 10 minutes. But do it with awareness. Are your steps even? Is your posture upright? Can you walk briskly without feeling winded? Can you look around while walking, or do you need to stare at your feet? If you struggle, don't panic. That's a sign to act, not to give up. Because the most inspiring part of senior health is this: mobility can return. Muscles remember. Brains rewire. But only if you challenge them. How to reclaim your pace. Here are 5 simple strategies that elders with long, active lives consistently share, real-life lessons from the elderly, backed by science. First, walk every day. Start small, 10 minutes. Build up. Rainy day? Walk inside. Around your home. Movement is movement. Second, use walking sticks or poles. Nordic walking not only supports balance but strengthens your arms and engages your core. Many centenarians in Europe use them. Third, incorporate strength training. 2 to 3 times a week, do simple leg exercises. Squats while holding onto a chair, leg lifts, or resistance bands. Strong legs equals strong life. Fourth, practice purposeful walking. Don't just stroll. Walk like you have somewhere to be. Swing your arms. Lengthen your stride. Feel tall. Fifth, check your shoes. Many seniors wear the wrong shoes, heavy, unsupportive, or slippery. A good walking shoe should be light, stable, and fit your foot snugly. The emotional link between movement and meaning. Movement is more than medicine, it's message. To your body, it says that I'm still here. To your mind, I'm capable. To others, I'm not done yet. That's why some of the most inspiring seniors still walk the same path every morning. It's not just habit. It's declaration. And it doesn't matter how long or far you walk. What matters is that you still do. So whether you're 68 or 82, if your legs still carry you forward, celebrate that. Don't take it for granted. Don't let them rust. Because in this world of elderly reflections, one of the most powerful things a senior can do is simply show up, on foot, every single day. The silent strength in a handshake. Now let's talk about something people almost never consider until it's gone: grip strength. Think of all the things you use your hands for. Opening jars, holding a grandchild's hand, steadying yourself as you rise from a chair, carrying groceries, even dressing yourself. But what happens when your grip weakens? You stop cooking. Stop walking far. Start relying on others. You lose not just function, but freedom. What your hands reveal about you. Recent studies, like one from the British Medical Journal, have found that low grip strength is a better predictor of early death than high blood pressure or obesity in seniors. That's huge. Because unlike complicated tests or expensive machines, you can check your grip at home. Try squeezing a tennis ball. How firm is your hold? Do your hands fatigue quickly? Can you open a pickle jar without help? Weak grip equals warning sign. Strong grip equals resilience. Real stories, real regret. Gerald, 80, was once a mechanic. Strong hands. Fast fingers. But after retirement, he stopped using tools. Stopped building things. His hands softened. When his wife fell one day, he rushed to help, but couldn't lift her. His hands trembled. He couldn't even grip her firmly enough to hold her steady. He cried that night, not because of his age, but because he hadn't noticed the decline until it mattered most. Don't let that be your story. Rebuild your grip, rebuild your life. Start now. Every little action counts. First, squeeze a stress ball during TV time. Second, use hand grips, the kind athletes use. Just 10 squeezes per hand daily. Third, carry light weights, groceries, water jugs, anything with weight. Let your hands remember strength. Fourth, do fingertip push-ups even against the wall. Fifth, knit, garden, or build. Fine motor activities preserve hand function. Your hands write your story. They serve, lift, touch, comfort. Keep them strong. You're not too old, you're still capable. There's a dangerous lie society tells seniors. It's normal to get weak. But normal is not the same as inevitable. Strength after 65 isn't about vanity. It's about independence. Grip strength. Walking speed. The ability to rise without help. These aren't just medical metrics. They're mirrors. They show us what's happening inside before it's too late to change. So if you still have these gifts, honor them. If you've lost them, reclaim them. Because the greatest regret the elderly express isn't about missed careers or lost money. It's about underestimating their own power until they had none left. If you've made it this far, it means something deep inside you already knows. The way you move, hold, rise, and walk, those aren't just motions. They're messages. They tell you, and those around you, that you're still living with purpose, still writing your story. But there's one more sign, one that often gets overlooked because it feels so ordinary: your balance. Yes, your ability to stand on one foot for 10 seconds may be one of the most powerful silent signals that you're not just aging, you're aging well. The quiet test that could save your life. Try it right now. Stand up. Find a flat surface. Lift one foot an inch or two off the ground. Time yourself. Can you make it to 10 seconds? If yes, congratulations. You may be far more resilient than you think. If not, that's okay. What matters most is that you now know. Because losing balance isn't just about tripping, it's about declining coordination, weakening muscles, and slowing brain reflexes. A large Japanese study followed more than 1,300 seniors and found that those who could not balance on one leg for 10 seconds had twice the risk of dying in the next 7 years, mostly from heart and brain conditions. That's not a small difference. That's life-altering. Balance is brain and body. You might assume that balance is about legs. But in truth, it's a full-body symphony. Eyes tracking motion. Ears detecting shifts. Feet adjusting micro-movements. Brain calculating alignment. Muscles correcting posture in milliseconds. That's why neurologists often test balance to screen for early cognitive decline. Because the brain and body aren't separate, they're partners. And balance shows how well they're dancing together. Agnes's story. A simple fall, a big shift. Agnes was 79 when she slipped on a rug in her kitchen. Just a tiny stumble. No broken bones, just bruises. But something changed after that. She became cautious. Started walking slower. Avoided going outside when it rained. She even stopped using the stairs at the library she loved. 6 months later, she'd lost 10 pounds of muscle, started using a cane, and told her daughter she was too old to try anymore. That fall didn't break her bones, it broke her confidence. Because that's what happens when balance is lost. Seniors don't just stop moving. They start shrinking into a smaller, safer world. And that's when health spirals. Rebuilding balance, rebuilding courage. The beauty of balance is that it can return. You don't need a gym or special equipment. What you need is intention. Here are the most powerful, low-impact exercises to rebuild balance, based on real advice from physical therapists and long-living elders. First, one-leg stand. Hold on to the back of a chair. Lift one foot slightly. Start with 5 seconds. Switch legs. Gradually increase. Even 10 seconds a day can spark improvement. Second, heel-to-toe walking. Walk in a straight line, placing one foot directly in front of the other. Like walking a tightrope. Arms out for balance. Great for stability and control. Third, Tai Chi or gentle yoga. Proven to enhance coordination, posture, and confidence. Movements are slow, deliberate, and deeply healing. Fourth, step-ups. Use a low step or curb. Step up, then down. Strengthens leg muscles and trains your balance reflexes. Fifth, standing marches. Lift one knee, then the other, as if marching. Do it slowly, with arms out for support. This engages both core and leg muscles. The key is consistency. Even 10 minutes a day can bring real change in a few weeks. Sleep, your body's reset button. Let's now talk about something seniors often dismiss as just part of aging, but it may be quietly taking years off your life. Poor sleep. We're not talking about staying up late once in a while. We're talking about waking up multiple times a night, struggling to fall asleep, feeling tired even after 7-8 hours, relying on sleep aids or medications. These aren't just annoying. They're dangerous. The truth about sleep after 65. Sleep is when your body repairs muscles and joints, clears out brain toxins linked to Alzheimer's, regulates hormones, supports immunity and heart health. When sleep is poor, everything suffers: memory, energy, mood, even your ability to walk and think clearly. A Harvard medical study showed that older adults with chronic sleep problems were at double the risk of heart disease, depression, and cognitive decline. Sleep and longevity. It's that serious. The National Institute on Aging reports that seniors who sleep fewer than 6 hours per night on average have significantly lower life expectancy than those who get 7-8 hours of good quality rest. But here's the thing, it's not just about more sleep. It's about better sleep. Harold's healing sleep ritual. Harold, 82, had started forgetting things. Small stuff at first, where he put his keys, dates for appointments. His daughter worried. They considered early dementia testing. But then she asked about his sleep. Turned out, Harold was waking up 4 or 5 times a night. He never felt rested. They made small changes: no screens before bed, light stretching at night, herbal tea instead of wine, and a set bedtime. After 3 weeks, Harold's memory improved. His mood lifted. His balance even got better. Sometimes, the solution isn't medication, it's rest. Senior sleep tips that work. Here are 5 small changes with big results. First, routine. Go to bed and wake up at the same time, even on weekends. Your body loves rhythm. Second, no screens an hour before bed. Phones and TVs disrupt melatonin, the hormone that signals sleep. Third, dim the lights. Darkness cues your brain to wind down. Soft lamps, candles, even salt lamps can help. Fourth, watch what you eat. Avoid heavy meals, caffeine, and alcohol at night. A light snack with protein, like a boiled egg or yogurt, can actually promote sleep. Fifth, cool. Quiet room. Keep the temperature between 60–67 degrees Fahrenheit. Use breathable bedding. Total darkness helps. Appetite. The first thing to fade. Now for the most overlooked sign of decline. Loss of appetite. When seniors stop eating like they used to, families often assume they're just getting older. But sudden disinterest in food may be a signal of something serious. Muscle loss. Nutrient deficiencies. Weakened immune system. Early signs of depression or cognitive decline. All can start with something as small as skipping meals or eating less without realizing it. What does a healthy senior appetite look like? Enjoying at least 3 meals a day. Eating a variety of colors and textures. Feeling hunger before meals. Maintaining steady weight and energy. When appetite drops, the body begins breaking itself down, especially muscle. That's when seniors begin to shrink, tire easily, and lose independence. Reigniting the joy of eating. Try these strategies. First, small, frequent meals. 5 mini meals can be easier than 3 large ones. Second, add favorite spices. Taste fades with age, so bring it back with herbs, garlic, lemon, even a pinch of salt. Third, eat with others. Eating alone kills appetite. Try shared meals with family or neighbors. Fourth, focus on protein. Eggs, lentils, chicken, tofu, beans. Seniors need more protein than they think. Fifth, use colorful plates. Bright colors stimulate appetite. Blue plates reduce it, red or yellow can help. Final message from the elders. Let's return to Arthur, the 78-year-old who still walks tall. When asked his secret, he smiled and said, "I keep showing up. I stand, I move, I eat, I sleep. It's simple. But it's mine." And maybe that's what it all comes down to. A strong body. A steady step. A peaceful sleep. A warm meal. These are not luxuries, they are foundations. And if you still have them after 65, you're not just aging. You're thriving. So take this as a reminder. Every step you take, every meal you enjoy, every second you stand unaided, that's your body telling you, you still have life to live. Honor it. Protect it. Share this video with someone who needs hope, not hype. And if this inspired you, please like and subscribe. It helps us continue creating content rooted in truth, care, and the deepest form of respect for our senior community, filled with motivation, quotes, and the powerful inspiration of elderly reflections. You're not forgotten. You are a rare gem. And you are far from finished.